down to prevent that from happening. Regardless, that harass effectively made it so that a second SCV is off of mining now. He's forcing him to chase it around, and as a result, that is another SCV that is not doing any mining. So even this type of harass is still doing something. This is still being somewhat effective for him. We do have an expansion coming out over here for viOLet. We do have that first barracks finished. We do have a refinery over here as well. And so everything looking pretty standard basically here from GoOdy. Not going to be a 1 racks expand or 2 racks aggression or anything like that. Attempting the tech lab, but the drone delays that severely, and the drone makes it away with his life still intact. Tech lab finally gets placed down. GoOdy will be attempting some early game Reaper harass, and viOLet steals an extractor. Early game Reapers coming here from GoOdy. And obviously this is something that viOLet is now fully aware of. He has got, hopefully, some sort of preparation plan for it, as he knows that the Reapers are coming. Tech lab finished. There's the first Reaper. And you may say, Force, how do you know it's a Reaper? What if it's a Marauder? No, it's not a Marauder. It will never be a Marauder. Early game Marauders against Zerg would just be the worst opening in the world. And if you just were to open up straight with a Marauder before your first Marine, that dies to Zerglings pretty easily. And that's exactly why we know for a fact that GoOdy was going Reaper first. Now, will be Reaper expand? That's the question. Looks like it's a no. We're at the very least going to be seeing a factory here from GoOdy, as he has been pulling up that Vespene there. Here goes that first Reaper, now moving across the map. First bypassing that tower. And SCV also moving on down here. Probably going to attempt to place down a bunker. Reaper's very efficient at taking out Zerglings and drones, so he can act as a great defender here for that bunker placement. And there it goes, GoOdy coming up with that bunker. Here comes that expansion as well. Overlord scouts that out, and very interesting. We should be seeing a factory down over here, but let's pay attention to what's going on here. Where is he? No kills yet. A couple shots off in that drone, but didn't manage to drop it. So GoOdy, unfortunately, no kills at the moment, and he's also getting fully scouted out here by viOLet. Reaper will be dancing around, and now that Queen finally moving down to engage. He'll be taking some shots, though. It doesn't really matter, though. Look how resilient that Queen is against that Reaper fire. Just so pretty easy for him. Here come the rest of the Zerglings here, as viOLet gets a full surround and quite easily dispatches of that bunker. Gets it down also before the salvage manages to return the resources there to GoOdy. GoOdy now finally out with a Marine, trying to push back that Overlord. Overlord makes it back into safety. Metabolic boost very close to finish here for our buddy viOLet. I don't know why I said he's our buddy. GoOdy's our buddy as well. I'm just talking. Don't worry about it. All right, lifted up the racks here, as GoOdy will be using the vision granted from that barracks to grant vision of the high ground and snipe down that Overlord. So those Marines should be pushing forward, and the Overlord now realizes, oh, I'm in trouble. The Marines will be taking me out. GoOdy also hopefully will be doing something with this factory. Nothing coming out as of yet. And pretty interesting, actually, because he had a crap ton of resources. Don't know why he was so delayed on that. That's actually really frustrating to watch. We're going to have these Zerglians try to engage the tech lab there. They get forced back, though, from those 2 Marines. Finally, we'll be seeing some Hellions come out, as well as that Blue Flame research here. Some Infernal Pre-Igniter action. Also, we'll be seeing a Starport come on through here for GoOdy. GoOdy now finally able to work down that extractor as well. Pretty interesting game so far. Seen a couple minor mistakes here from GoOdy. Number 1, not salvaging that bunker early enough. He was severely delayed over here as well, which I found pretty interesting, to be perfectly honest. Maybe he was at a supply block. Maybe I just missed a depot that had just finished. Who knows? All right, Roach Warren coming out over here for viOLet. He has done that metabolic boost, as we have seen already. Orbital Command also finished. So we'll be eventually lifting that off, probably after the next SCV. I don't think he's going to build all those 2. He should be transferring 1 over sometime very soon. We'll have to see, though. 2 Hellions moving out. Some nice micro taking care of some of these Zerglings. Looking pretty solid here. Doing quite a bit of damage. Managed to kill off quite a few Lings. Want to take a look at the resources lost. Dead even at 450 now, both players. Production, we have got Marines and Blue Flame Hellions coming out for GoOdy. Roaches and Speedlings coming out for viOLet. Still really not sure what's going to transpire here, as both players are about even. And really no huge advantage going to either one. GoOdy is moving out to his expansion at the moment. Major concern for him, though, is that viOLet not planning to take another base in knowing that that second base is coming out here for GoOdy. He is instead planning to push out with his 2. So Banelings will be thrown into the mix, as we do have a Baneling nest in production at the moment. Also got a pretty hefty number of Roaches, plus all of those Speedlings coming on through. Here comes a drop from GoOdy. Will be scouted by viOLet's Overlord. viOLet knows this is coming. We'll be pulling down with those speedlings to deal with this. Overlord gets taken out. Roaches are just going to move out for a counterattack. He's going to walk into this bunker. He should be able to take care of that. Taking care of the drop pretty easily. A couple of queens also moving down to assist. Here it comes. And oh, I did not realize that siege tech so delayed here because he went for that blue flame alien. That he is not going to have siege tanks here for this engagement. And these roaches and speedlings have got a great opportunity. GoOdy also planning a transition right now, so he just does not have the forces to reinforce, and there's the quick GG. Wow, very fast game number 3, and that does it for this series. GoOdy moves out with a drop that gets quickly taken care of by viOLet, and then while GoOdy is in transition into mech play, he gets hit with roaches and speedlings, and he just did not have the forces because of his transition to defend against this, and was forced to call the quick GG. Alright guys, that does it here. This was game number 3 and the final game between GoOdy and viOLet. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Helps me out so much. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.